Hello YouTube, it's Louise, the Big Head Bookworm. Lovely to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day. Wherever it is you are and whatever it is you're doing. Welcome back to the smallest bedroom in the house. I hope I'm loud enough. Am I loud enough? I shall raise my voice. I know sometimes I can lower my voice. So I shall raise it up. But welcome, here we are, we're in June. It is the 3rd of June. I have a calendar up there, a beautiful witchy pagan calendar, and it's bizarrely quite blue, which I'd actually have thought it'd be more green, but then we're moving into the Cancer star sign, and that's a watery one. Is that why? I don't know. I haven't read what they want me to be focusing on in June. I have lots of things to focus on in the yarny world. How are you? Thank you very much. In my last video, my last yarn chat, everybody saying have a nice birthday and wishing me well. That was very lovely. I can't remember if there were any questions from the last video. I'll have to look it up and make sure that if you have any questions, let's open it out. If you have any questions about anything I talk about or anything that you've seen recently, or just generally you'd like to ask a question, leave it down in the comments below, and I'll make sure next week to pull up the comments and we'll have a bit of a question and answer session as well as the usual. We'll do that next week. We'll sit down, we'll sit down together and we'll do questions and answers next week. So yes, off the top of my head, yeah, had a lovely birthday, had a lovely day. It was a bit like today actually, a beautiful sunny day, which was very nice, and I went to Jesus Green Lido in Cambridge, which I go to every year on my birthday, and I celebrate by swimming in the cool blue. It was gorgeous, it was absolutely lovely, and then we went out to an Italian restaurant in the hustle and bustle of our sleepy market town. It was very nice. The food was delish, which was why we went. The only thing I would say was it's by the river and had all the windows open, and the flies were quite interested in what we were eating, which put myself and the lad off completely because we were like flapping. The husband just sat there quite, just let them do what they had to do and just batted them away gently, whereas we were a bit more fly obsessed. So that was the only thing. Other than that, it was lovely. I was thoroughly spoilt with presents, and yeah, all fabulous, all really lovely. Happy to be 50. I have no issue with age. So I know for some people these round numbers that we get to can feel uncomfortable. I think the only one that I felt a tiny bit uncomfortable with was 30, because I really wanted to be a mum and we were having all sorts of fertility shenanigans at the time. And I think I was going through, looking back, I was going through the transition from being a young lady and a young woman, and I was moving into my next phase. And I think 30 brought it up, and it also didn't help that lots of people were saying, how do you feel about being 30? And you're like, am I supposed to feel something about being 30? Whereas there seems to be a distinct lack of that with being 50. It just seems to be, people are like, oh right, nice one. Yeah, so that's glorious. Whether I look 50 or not depends on how close in age you are with me. So I noticed people that are younger were going, you don't look 50, and the people that were my age were like, yeah, you look 50. So I was thinking, yes, I do. I think I do. I think I wear my age well. I've got all the wrinkles and the shows all the happy times I've had on my face, I think, which is wonderful. So yeah, there we go. That's how I feel about 50. I was I didn't get too much yarny stuff. I think people don't know what to buy me in a yarny way, but I have got one or two things to show you. So I've got one finish object, which I finished today. I'm actually recording this a little bit later in the day, and that is because I wanted to. Was getting so close to finishing. Do you see my? I don't know what's happening here. We'll just let it be. I was getting close to finishing it, and then I just thought, I'm going to finish it, and then I'll be so pleased. Needs the final finessing, but all the crafting has been done. So yeah, so I've got that to show you, and then I've had new things come, and I thought we'd go through those. I thought that's the plan for today, my lovely friends. Yeah. So let's take a moment. I'm going to light the candle, which was a birthday present. I have brilliantly removed what the scent was. This was from work. And does it tell me? Here we are. It's Peony and White Lily. Very classic. It was bought by my manager. She's a very classy lady, and so she bought me very classy prezzies. So I was very, very lucky, a lucky gal, to be given some presents from work, including this candle. I have teas and coffees and fruit juices over there. I have already prepared a white wine spritzer, so should anybody fancy, because it's later in the day, on a sunny day, I thought a little white wine spritzer might be called for. I've also got some ice over there, which at the moment, if I'm having any wine, I'm popping ice in. It feels so fancy. It feels so fancy. I love a cocktail, but sometimes like gin and vodka cocktails can they can go to the head quite quickly. So I am loving having a longer drink and a white wine spritzer, and then popping some ice in. So that is there for you should you wish to. But there's teas and coffees and fruit juices as well. I also bought, I didn't make this one unfortunately, I also bought cinnamon swirl tear and share, and I have already teared and tried it. It's delicious. I can recommend it, so please help yourself to that. If anybody would like to offer to bring for next week, that would be great. But that's what's there for you at the moment, so please come in, sit down, find a space. Everybody's welcome here. And then we'll light this candle, and as we light the candle, we take a deep breath in. Oh. And we take a deep breath out. And you hold as comfortably, as long as it's comfortable for you. And we let the light bring the energy in. And we can feel the energy amongst us all. And settle back, friends. I'm going to pop it here. This beautiful arrangement behind me is completely fake, if I'm completely honest, and it's not even for me. It is, in fact, I've bought it for a friend of mine. She doesn't watch these, so I know she doesn't watch. So, and so I bought her that, and I've got a candle for her as well, and I've also got her some scented pencils, because she's a kind of a scented pencil kind of a gal. She's cracking. She's absolutely wonderful. So I bought her that, and it's so nice, and it's fake, and so she doesn't need to think about it. And she's selling her house, and so I thought it would be, she could use it. And when I was buying it, the lady said, in the shop said, do you know, I have 2 of these in my static caravan, which we have by the coast. And she said it really amuses me because the amount of people that have said to me, do you know, I love those flowers. How do you keep them going? So I was like, yeah, they do look. I mean, obviously, if you're close up staring at them, please don't. But I think they look really good there. So I'm now tempted to get some for myself because they look kind of great back there, don't they? Although I don't like a full desk, and that's another thing on the desk. Are you a clear desk person, or are you a kind of full person? I've got a lot of stuff behind me here that I would love to try and tidy up and clear out. I need to do that. I can feel I feel like there's too much there, and I still need to get the boxes to kind of clear that, make that look better. So yeah, right. Now the energy's in, let me show you my finished object before I go into the new things that are sat there looking at me like, we're new. So yeah, so this is my finished object. You saw that I had just begun it, but in the 2 weeks that I have been away, excuse me, I'm just going to push that back a tiny bit. It's absolutely fine, but I don't like, you know, candle awareness is a thing. So yes, oh, don't know if I get that. There we go. There we go. So this is the April 2023 design from Cotton and Twine. And it's a cross stitch design with the bees and the butterflies. There we go. There we go. You can see it. It's kind of blowing out everything because it's white. It's that green, this green here of the petals in real life, as you all know who are sat with me here, is a really popping. It's quite a lime colour, and it is that spring colour in this land, that verdant, vibrant, fecund green that says, here I am, I'm new, and it's a real life-giving green, and that is what that green is, which is really lovely. I had to do this because of course it had bees on it, and we all know my favourite colour is bee. So and what did I get from work? I obviously talk about bees and my cats a lot because I got this lovely blown glass cat. Just a little figurine thing, which is absolutely beautiful because I have a note. You know when you have a nameplate at work, mine says Crazy Cat Lady. So, and then I had a whole box of like bath bombs and lip balms and everything, and it was all bee related. So I was like, I really do go on about my bees and my cats. I've got moths on my t-shirt. So yeah, so there we go. So that is perfect for me. And the colour was so vibrant and so alive. I just did that. And I spent quite a lot of time actually when I had my days off. I'd spend at least an hour or an hour and a half every day just chilling out, watching a bit of true crime, just taking some time to myself. And yeah. Do you know, my earring's different. They are, aren't they? I've just realised that. I suddenly thought, why is one longer than the other? Did you notice that? How weird is that? Don't mind. But yeah, so I'd sit there and have the true crime playing and just let it go. Actually, it was really peaceful. Last couple of days where I've been back at work, I've taken it for my lunch break, and I do quite like them because they're kind of small and portable, and there's an element of really having to focus, kind of really, you know, your eyes are lower, you're more inclined to go within. You're not looking up and engaging with everything that's going on, which, you know, when I'm working, I'm looking up and I'm engaging with either my screen or the people, or there's a lot of kind of report writing and a lot of responding to emails in my job. However, there is a fair amount of engagement with people. That is something that I like to do at work, and I am, you know, the roles that I'm in is very team focused, and it's about training people. So, for example, I have a student with me for at least 2 days next week, so I'll be engaging with them. So my lunch break is just the perfect opportunity, the perfect time to recover from that and just take time to be really quiet. I tend to be really quiet. I don't go with other people at lunchtime, you know, trying to find a balance during the day. And I find the looking down and the looking just helps me go inward. It helps me rest and gives me that moment of it's a restorative break in the day. I eat my lunch, and then I craft, and I like that. Do you know what I mean? Is that what crafting does to you as well? Crafting as a restorative pastime. I do find it that, and I think there are so many of us that have to fight, that can feel overwhelmed with, the sense of doing, sense of being, we've got to fill our time, fill our lives, that they forget that actually doing something like this repetitive action is kind of so calming and so restorative, if you're willing to carve a bit of time out. So I'm finding that beautifully at the moment with these cross stitch pieces in particular. I'll tell you who talks about that, and I don't know whether you follow her, but it's Joanne from Stitching the High Notes. So she's from Sacramento. She's in Sacramento in the US of A, and she talks about crafting as restorative, and her creativity is incredibly important to her. And she always talks about, her Crojo or her, her knitting mojo or anything like that. Her Crojo meaning crafting mojo, and she talks about how she uses it to as a restorative point in her day, as a balance in her day, and it's not about production, although she does actually sell craft bags, and so she does actually do a lot of production. It's using it in other ways as well, and I really like the way that she talks about crafting in that way, and I would love that. I'd love us to have a conversation about that. If you have something like that, if you use it in that particular way, then I'd love to hear about it. So please let me know in the comments down below. But there we go. That was it. So it came with it. So it's a subscription box from Historical Sampler Company. And it comes with all of its floss, and it comes with a schematic. I think I've shown these many times. In fact, I have the latest one to show you. Spoilers. That was the amount of floss I had left. I had lots of floss left. Either I'm very tidy with my floss, or I'm not using enough. And it says use 2 strands of thread. That's what I'm doing. But I feel like I end up with almost more than I started with. But that's good. I will wind those up, because these are DMC threads, so I will wind them up and put them in my that bit up there, and I'll use them in other projects, so they won't go to waste. I won't get rid of them. I won't go to waste. I will use them. I'll either use them for embroidering when I do my knitting projects or my crochet projects. So I see it as kind of a bonus. So yes, I did have this this tape, which you can't really see, but it's a pale, very pale, almost peach pink, with a bit of glitter on it, completely blown out in this light. And that was supposed to go on the side of the hoop, and I tried it and I didn't like the look of it. So I have put that to one side. I should put that in which drawer? I've got some in there. I don't really tend to use that kind of tape. I should put that in there to be used in some other project, because I didn't really like it. This is the back. As you can see, I released myself and I did some quite long joins, and that's fine. I had enough thread, you can't tell. I need to stitch this down and probably back it. I might well back it. It's only just gone into this smaller hoop. I used a larger hoop when I was doing it. But then I shall put it up. I shall put it up on my wall. So this is just a me one in here. So yeah, how good is that? I'm really pleased. Really, really pleased with that. Can you go there? That looks okay, doesn't it? Let's move you though. I'm obsessed with the fact I don't like things too close to a lighted candle. There you are. Nothing can fall on it. Right, okay, we're good. We're good. Yeah. So while I'm talking about that, let's reach past, if you don't mind, so excuse me. 1 second. I shall reach past and I shall get my latest subscription box. In fact, I shall put you... There we go. Is that okay? Yeah, there we go. I shall put you over there. And I shall show you the new subscription box, which came the day after my birthday. So it felt like another birthday present to myself. I was so thrilled. This one I am in love with. And that is one of the reasons why I wanted to finish that one, because I want to start this one. Because this one, I like the spring one. I really enjoyed that one. But this one, I am in love with. And I know it's not fancy. And I know it's a bit rustic. But it's just gorgeous. Isn't that lovely? So this is the May subscription box from a historical sampler. The subscription's called Cotton Twine. Let me show you the back. Look at that. That is good styling, of which I am not good at. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? I shall leave the details down below, so you don't need to pick up anything. So it says, how gorgeous is this garden-inspired cross-stitch project, designed in-house by the historical sampler company. The finished piece has been displayed on a folk-inspired doweling hanger from Groves and Banks, and we've added a super cute wooden flower from east of India to complete the beautiful design. There we go. So let me show you what I got in the subscription. I am doing it. I am starting it. I am starting that because that, to me, oh, it's just gorgeous. It's going to be a little bit more cumbersome to do, because it's going to still want me to do it on a hoop, isn't it? We advise use a hoop. I'll still use a hoop then. So I'll have to find stitch the design. Is it going to tell me? Is it going to tell me how to find... Oh, here we are. We therefore advise you start stitching 9 centimetres from the top of the fabric. Well, there we go. That tells me how to find the starting point. So I have a schematic. I have a colour schematic and I have a black and white schematic. I use the black and white. Love this. Love this. And then get your bag with all your goodies in. You know, you've seen the box. So it is this beige colour, which sounds uninspiring, but love. That looks different, doesn't it? It's rustic, I think we can say. Should you allow me to say that? It's rustic. So I shall use that as my... let's not put that there. Use that. Put that there. My rusticness. Doweling. Here it is. It's a rod. It's a doweling rod. What does it say about it? Can I get the... To me, that's just your wooden doweling, basically. Wooden doweling hanger. 2 holes in it. And then that will go like that, and then I'll display it. It'll show me, it'll tell me how to sort it at the end. Twine. Twine to hang. So cool. Here we go. I haven't even undone this needle. In fact, I think I might use the needle from the previous, what I've just finished, rather than opening up a new one, because it'll be the same needle, because it's the same DMC thread. Come out wherever you are. Here we go. Ooh, more muted. Ooh. I attach mine slightly differently. There we go. slightly more muted, but what a lovely selection of colours. We've got hunter green, dark fawn, coral, dawn rose. Dawn rose. Reminds me of Delta Dawn. That used to be one of my dad's favourite songs. Delta Dawn, what's that flower you've got? Could it be a faded... Oh, no, stop it. Straw yellow, tarragon green. Ooh, Herbie. L pearl grey. Light. Grey green, nutmeg brown, oyster grey, candy floss pink, and blanc or white. So yeah, lovely colours. Like, as you would imagine, I have now got Delta Dawn in my head. Have I put it in your head too? Yes. I was so chuffed with the other things. So this is the little flower. Wrong way. This is the little flower that gets hung, that gets attached to the back, to the bottom, and then hangs off it. Will mine look as nice as theirs? Let's hope so. Organic Earl Grey tea. The husband loves Earl Grey tea, so that will be passed to him. Some yummy clotted cream fudge. Devilishly different. Now, let's be truthful. It's too sweet for me. Between you and me, a cinnamon swirl. Hello, fly. A cinnamon swirl covered in cream cheese icing I can eat. This, that'll just set me off. So this will be given to the lad. My beautiful lad, who's just had a lovely half-term break, will be having that. And then this was the gift, and they always do a gift, and I was so chuffed when I saw this. It says stitched with love on it. And do you know why I was so chuffed? Because what did I say? I said I needed a needle binder, and what did I get? I got a lovely Liberty needle binder, which is so brilliant. A exclusive Liberty of London decorated needle minder, perfect for keeping your needle safe while you work on the project. Oh my gosh! There we go. Needle minder in action. So yeah. Oh my gosh! Can you see it properly? There we go. Excuse the fingers. Let's do that so that you're not looking. Oh, that's even worse. So any way I can do that that's not creepy. No. But there we go. My hand looks really big. So cool. How brilliant is that? I said I wanted a needle minder, and what did I get? A needle minder. So yeah. And it's kind of like a series of gifts for all of us, because then the lad will get clotted cream. Put that over there so that I can give that to the boy. The husband will get a nice Earl Grey cup of tea, and I'll get the joy of making this It says to use backing fabric, and I've got some really nice backing fabric that I can use with this. So I'm even more pleased with that. There we go. Oh, so chuffed. So that's May's design. Isn't it going to be brilliant? Isn't it going to be brilliant? You feel the same as me. You feel the same as me, don't you? So that's going to be... Do not put that there. Let's just leave that there. That's going to be my next cross stitch. And I'm really just enjoying the cross stitch at the moment. Finding it very useful. As I say, very restorative. And that one, oh, I want it. I want it up. I want it up this year. I want it up. Don't know where should I put it. I might put that in the dining room. Because it won't go in our kitchen. Our kitchen has a diner, as in the 1950s American diner feel. So that won't go there. I'll have to be more rustic, but I think it might go. It's either going to go in the hall with the other one. The husband might not like that. So maybe Maybe actually in our smallest toilet downstairs, because that's got loads of plants in, and I could put that in, but then would I see it? Well, I don't know. Tempted. I'm tempted. Look at me, thinking ahead. It's great. Let me show you something else. I got the latest Inside Crochet magazine. And we all know why I've got this. For my latest Spirit of Flora crochet along, the new motif that came out. It is a gorgeous one. I haven't started it yet. I'm going to probably start it tomorrow because I'm conscious that if I get out of the habit of doing them, you know, I need to keep up with it. I need to keep the momentum up. It's called Chelsea Flower with Border. That's what it looks like. So this is the Spirit of Flora crochet along Cal for 2023 by Janie Crowfoot on Instagram, and it's inspired by the arts and crafts movement. This is what it's going to look like, and it's a big old. Nobody's going to wear it like that. Nobody's going to wear it like that. But it's a big old blanket with all these fabulous motifs on it, but they've done it like that so that you can see that's the motif. This particular design is in blocks of 4, and then there's a more random placement one. I was going to do the random placement one, but I've seen the blocks of 4 one so often, I actually really like that one now. So yeah, I'm quite inspired by other people's colours that they've done on that they show on Instagram. I do like that. People are so inventive with the other colours, but I haven't had time. I was hoping to do a different colour and have it in our bedroom with sage green and black and that, and it's still up there, and I'm just never going to get round to doing it this year, let's be honest. Got so many other things percolating, but there's a selection of other colours that they do. They do show sometimes in this magazine. Do they have? Yeah, somewhere in here, see if I can spot it. They have a roundup of other people's ones. They kind of say, look at this, what people are doing, they're so clever. Can't find it now. Oh, here we are. There we are, celebrating all the colours. Look at that. I like that one. Kind of purples, pinks and purples. That, I follow that person on Instagram. That's bold, isn't it? Beautiful and bold. But yeah. So people are doing really lovely, their own kind of different ones. Because you don't have to stick to the ones that they're doing. The colours shown in here are using Stylecraft Special Life. Life? Stylecraft Life, I think. I can't remember. What does it actually say? Get it right, woman. Stylecraft Life DK and Stylecraft Recreate DK. I'm doing mine completely in Stylecraft Special DK because that's what I have. So yeah, I need to crack in on that. I have just over there next to the teetering just by the cinnamon swirls. I have all the colours picked out for this one and written down so that I can start doing it. It doesn't look too complicated. It's got a lovely border to it, and I love a border. I'm a woman for a border. So you can see it's got a nice flower and then it's got a nice border. And I love a border, I do. I think everything looks good with a border. I'd look great in a border. so yes. So that's the magazine. Came up with this one. This magazine as well. Mini makes for children with big imaginations. And I like that. I love those kind of crocheted ice creams. Yes, please. So I haven't actually really sat down and flipped through this because I've kind of put it up here ready to kind of start doing it because I don't want to get distracted. Which is a possibility. So, yeah, I need to crack in on that. Let me show you. So I got a treated myself as a little birthday present to me, because from the wool warehouse, because they were doing a they had the baby drops baby merino. In fact, they had quite a few drops yarn, a few drops yarns on special offer, and they had the drops baby merino on special offer, and that was the yarn that I used to do the good bunny, who's still here and cute. I need to do her eyes again. I think I need to do her eyes again. So I treated myself, and I didn't want to buy lots for a future wearable, or I just wanted it for toys, because I like this and it works well with the Susan B. Anderson patterns that I have, and I like the feel of it, and it's lovely for a soft toy. I don't know whether it's just my knitting or I'm being hypercritical. I think I'm being hypercritical, that I can see my errors in it. However, I like the palette, I like the feel. So I treated myself to a whole different, to how many? 2, 4, 6, 8, 8 colours, 8 different colours, because I'm going to do the good bear. And the good bear wants different colours. So let me sort out the colours and I'll get it for you. And I'll show you all my lovely colours, and I will try and put them here. So I've got this one. So they're all drops baby merino, which is superwash treated extra fine merino wool. It's a baby or sport weight yarn. 100% wool, and it does feel woolly wool. Needle or hook, it's 3mm. So I use 3.2, I think. So this one is called Off-White, although it's just looking, that's completely blown out and looks very white. It's Off-White. It's more of a cream. I put it there. It's a cream, not a white, I would say. Then we have grey, which you're not going to argue with that one, are you? There's many things you can argue with, but I wouldn't bother arguing with that one. This one, light beige. I do quite like the fact the colours, they're not challenging me with crazy names. They are, what you expect. Doing a nice little stack here. I have olive. Are you olive? Is that olive? No. Are you olive? This is olive. There we go. This is olive. Hello. It's a very nice olive, actually. It's looking more khaki with you, but actually it is an olive. Very nice. They are soft. These are 50-gram balls. Yeah, 50-gram. Plum. Oh, what's that one? Plum. That is lovely. Look at that. That is lovely. Plum. Put it there. Desert Rose. Oh, that's a lovely colour. Look at that. That actually would have gone really well in my... that's actually quite closer to some of the colours that I've got in... I think it's the rose or the blush that I'm using in the Spirit of Flora. That actually would have gone better. That's beautiful. Actually, these would go well. These would go well, wouldn't they? This is sage green, which is similar. No, it isn't similar to. I was going to say it was similar to the olive, but it's not. That's olive. That's sage green. And the last but not the least is peanut, which I kind of think that's going to be my bear colour. I'm going to have a bear. No, I'm not going to have a bear because it's got a wardrobe. But yeah, that's that. So look at those, aren't they lovely? They're lovely. They're so squishy. They're squishy donuts. That's what they look like. And then I thought, I'll get myself some more needles. And I chose these. I wanted 3.5 needles. And I wanted them to be shorter. 3.5 deep ends, because I wanted them to be shorter, and they're not. So these are Knit Pro. Can you see? Cubics. I know. So they're not perfectly round. They're actually... Are you going to be able to see this? If I put it against that, if you put it against my black, I don't know whether you can see, but they're not round. They are cuboid shape in square cross section. Gradually gives way to a perfectly tapered needle point. So they feel... I'm wondering whether it'd be less slippy slidey. Laminated birch wood. Actually, it's saying that the ergonomic shape provides comfort for the hand. I'm not sure about that. I still think it's neat. But I'm hoping that it A, won't be slippy, and B, it won't be too long. When you're knitting toys, you end up with like 2-3 knit. And you're knitting in the round, you end up with like 2 or 3 stitches on each needle, and that can be fiddly as. And so I'm wondering whether this might be easier. Give it a go. So yeah, so they're Knit Pro Cubics in this cuboid shape. Got to try these things. They weren't expensive. So these were £2.35 each, 50 grams of wool. I thought that was very good value because it's a lovely wool and it looks really nice with the toys, and you don't use too much, so that's a whole load of toys. In my future, I obviously envisage a lot of toys. And then these were a bit more expensive. They were £9.79. They will last me, but I thought I'd give them a go. Got to try these things, and it was a birthday treat. So these were a birthday treat, actually. And as I say, I got them from Wool Warehouse. I'll leave their details down below, as I will with all the details of everything I talk about. So you don't need to keep notes. I'm not always there as a reference tool. As I say, happy to answer any questions if you want to ask me anything. So that's that. Put that there. Yeah. Really pleased with those. Trying to think what I've got on at the moment. Kind of all my whips. Maybe tomorrow I'll have a look at my whips. Maybe later in the week. I don't know. At some point I need to look at my whips so that I know what I've got and what I've got planned, and not get distracted by groovy cross stitch patterns. But then, I'm doing it for pleasure. So this was the last thing I wanted to show you, and this was a gift from the husband. And he doesn't often buy me kind of yarny related gifts because he doesn't know what to get, because I'm the woman who has so much. But he got me a Harry Potter inspired thing. So he got me this kit, and he got me a Slytherin cowl kit. And you might be surprised that I would be knitting Slytherin, but I am actually a Slytherin. Not evil in any way, shape or form. I am just every time. I used to always get Ravenclaw, but then I started to think, am I really answering these questions properly? I think I am more of a Slytherin. But yeah, it's a Slytherin. Not evil in any way, shape or form. I do love serpents. I do like the kind of slithery nature of it. Yeah. So how's that? So it's got the kit contents are a yarn, needles, patch. You get this kind of patch which you can knit onto it, and a pattern booklet. And the yarn is 4 dark green 100% acrylic yarn, 1 silver, so it's 4 of their main colour and then 1 of their contrast which is a lovely silver. And then I've got the patch, and I've got the pattern booklet. Where's the pattern? So that's the patch with the lovely grey and the silver. I do love the Slytherin colours. My lad loves the Slytherin colours too, and he has got a couple of my jumpers. He's kind of taken them from himself. Even though he is actually a Gryffindor, he likes the Slytherin colours as well, and so has many Slytherin things because we like the colours. Yeah. So we've got that. So that's what we've got. That's what I got. So I got that. So it's not a tricky one. I've looked at the pattern. It's not going to be too testing. Looks like a whole lot of garter to me. But what's wrong with that? I'm not going to do it at the moment. It's got all sorts of instructions. Knit, stitch, purl, stitch. Do I need to do knit and purl? What is it? Cast on 45 stitches. Beginning with a knit row. Am I doing knit and purl? Don't know whether it tells me to do knit and purl. Oh, it is a knit and a purl. It's not garter. It's stockinette. Do you know, it doesn't say knit, do stockinette. No, isn't that funny? Doesn't say. I think it gives you the option. It gives you the option whether you want to do it as a stockinette or garter, but the pattern is actually garter stitch, is actually stockinette, so I'll knit and then I'll do it that way. So knit one, purl one, knit one row, purl on the back, so knit then purl, work 10 rows in stock. Yeah, it looks lovely and simple. Yeah, well, I'll give that a go. So I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'm going to put that to one side, but I am going to do it because my husband got it for me. I have got another kit, which is a crochet kit that the lad got me, which I must do. Really must do it. Where are you? You're up there. I'll show you that some other time. I must do it because he bought it for me. Then I get distracted. So yeah, there we go. There we go. So how cool's that? So that was a kit. I was very surprised at that. Very surprised at that. Let me tell you. And there we go. There we go, friends. That's all I've got to show for you. Not too long, I hope, for you. And I hope you've been well. Did I have anything else to report? I don't think so. I don't think so. Are you all right? Are you well? Let me know. I hope so. I hope so. I hope indeed. This candle from work. What did I say it was? Peony and lily? I like peony. I'm not too keen on lily. What did I say it was? Peony and white lily. Is subtle. It is. I'm not going to lie. I suppose, in that respect, that's a good thing because it's a small room. Whereas some of my wax melts can be bolder. I did get some wax melts for birthday. Oh, there's one of my other tapes. Can I get them out? I'm trying to get them out of the drawer. Oh, you are making a mess of this. There we go. Okay. I lit one the other day. Oh, so nice. It just bought four. The husband just bought me 4 because I have so many wax melts now. In fact, I'm going to pause the subscription because I'm not lighting them as often. So I'm going to end up with so many wax melts. Let me show you these. He bought me these. Look, oh, you can't see. I'll show you the top. Oh my word. And this is clean linen. And it honestly, it smells like you've just done ironing. And that lovely clean cotton, clean cotton. Like you've just done the ironing and you've used an ironing spray or something. You've been all fancy. Oh my, it was like that. I was so pleased. And then this one, I don't know what this is, but it's I can't remember what he said this one was. Oh, but again, quite subtle. Not so hard hitting, but it's a fresh smell. Fresh and clean. Oh my lordy, but that one, that blue one, I don't know what it's got in it. Heavenly, heavenly. So I've used one, and I've got just one more of that, and then I've got two of the others. Oh, so nice. And it came in this very lovely paper bag. I was like, oh, you shouldn't have gone to so much trouble. Making it all fancy. He's like, oh, I didn't. Oh, no, amazing. So yeah, so up here, I've got so many. I've got wax melts up here, wax melts down there. I like them, but I think I'm gonna have to pause. Otherwise, well, it's just not enough time in the day to be sniffing things. Subtle to almost non-existent, I would say. But yeah, there we go. There we go, friends. This has been lovely. It's been absolutely lovely to spend time with you. Thank you so much for coming along to the yarn group that anyone is welcome to, wherever and whatever you're doing. This has been lovely. As I say, if you've got any questions, please pop them down in the comments box below, and I will answer them next week. I will sit back, show you how I'm getting along with whatever I'm doing, and answer some questions. We'll have a chat. That will be lovely. This has been lovely, YouTube. Let's do this again.